We'll call the meeting to order at 6:30 PM. Can I get a confirmation of the agenda? Can I get a mover and second? Councilor Bernier, Councilor Jiguer,
Moved by Councillor Bernier, seconded by Councillor Jiguer, that the agenda for the special council meeting of January 30th, 2024 be approved as printed.
all in favor? Carried. Is there any disclosure of pecuniary interest or general nature thereof? Councilor Bernier,
Thank you, Your Worship. Councilor Bernier declare pecuniary interest on agenda item 4A, South Centennial Manor redevelopment. Due to the fact that Mix and South Centennial Manor are my employer.
thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Good, okay. So we'll move on to South Centennial Manor redevelopment committee asking for financial support. Can I get a mover and a seconder, please? Councilor Trombley and Councilor LaFave.
Moved by Councillor Tremblay, seconded by Councillor LaFave. Whereas the South Centennial Manor Redevelopment Committee has formally requested financial support from the town of Iroquois Falls to facilitate the redevelopment of the South Centennial Manor. And whereas the Council for the town of Iroquois Falls recognizes the importance of maintaining high-quality, long-term care facilities within the community and acknowledges the significance of the South Centennial Manor to our residents. And whereas the South Centennial Manor Redevelopment Committee has presented a comprehensive breakdown of project financing, indicating a shortfall required to advance the project to its next crucial stage. Therefore, be it resolved that Council for the town of Iroquois Falls approves to commit to a financial contribution of $3 million to support the South Centennial Manor development project to be dispersed subject to construction milestones. And that council authorize the appropriate town officials to coordinate with South Centennial Manor Redevelopment Committee for the transfer of the funds.
Comments or questions? Okay, ask for a recorded vote, please.
Your recorded vote. Councillor Charlevoix,
Four.
Councillor Jiguer,
Four.
Councillor Lefebvre,
Four.
Councillor Tremblay,
Four.
Mayor Delorier,
4.
and the motion is carried.
Thank you. It's nice to see council fully on board with this project, and it shows the community and the investors that we're trying to raise more money, that it's a good project for us to support. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate that, fellow councilors. So, Councilor Bernie can come back in. I need a mover and a seconder for the levy rates of taxation. Can I get a mover and a seconder, please? Councilor Charlevoix, Councilor LaFave.
Moved by Councillor Charlevoix, seconded by Councillor Lefebvre, that bylaw number 376924, being a bylaw to provide for the adoption of the budget, including estimates for the year 2024, and to levy the rates of taxation and to provide for penalty and interest in default of payment thereof for 2024, be read a first, second, and third time, and finally passed this 30th day of January 2024.
Would the treasurer department like to add anything? Any comments before we proceed? Everybody's good?
Yeah. The only comment I was making is that we have done a reclass of an item, which is the membership for council. From one class of an expense item to another, which has no, which makes no changes to the bottom line. So
That's like our Neoma, Frenaw, AMO and stuff like that. So, okay. Perfect. Any comments or questions from council? All in favor? Carried. Bylaw number 3770-24. Can I get a mover and a second, please? Councillor Tremblay and Councillor Bernier.
Moved by Councillor Tremblay, seconded by Councillor Bernier, that bylaw number 3770-24, being a bylaw to establish tax ratios in an optimal class for 2024, be read a first, second, and third time, and finally passed this 30th day of January 2024.
Now, go back to the Treasury Department. Any comments or questions?
Yeah, there are no additional comments as of now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any comments or questions from council? All in favor? Carried. So we need a mover and a seconder to adopt a 5-year operating budget. Can I get a mover and a second, please? Councillor Bernier and Councillor Tremblay.
Moved by Councillor Bernier, seconded by Councillor Tremblay, that bylaw number 3771-24, being a bylaw to adopt a 2 to 5 year operating budget, be read a first, second, and third time, and finally passed this 30th day of January 2024.
Back to the Treasury Department. Any comments?
Yes, please. I would just request that council will look at the section 291 request that every in the second year the council will have to adopt the incoming budget. In that instance, I would just suggest to council to set probably the last week of November every year for that readoption, if it's okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And like I say, I've been on council for a while and we never had something like this. So this is great for the community for us to move ahead. I appreciate council supporting all this stuff and the staff behind you making this happen.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Any comments or questions from council? All in favor? Carried. So can I get a mover and a seconder for regulation 284-09? Councillor Tremblay and Councillor Jiguer.
Moved by Councillor Tremblay, seconded by Councillor Jiguer. Whereas Ontario Regulation 28409 under the Municipal Act 2001 allows municipalities to exclude from their annual budget amortization, post-employment expenses, and solid waste landfill closure and post-closure expenses. And whereas amortization expenses attribute the capital cost over the life of the asset, and therefore it can be one potential tool to predict the annual financial commitment required for future asset rehabilitation. And whereas the regulation requires that the municipality prepare a report on the impact of these excluded costs. And whereas the Town of Arapahoe Falls 2024 budget and associated tax levy excludes the following: amortization expenses estimated at $1,678,672. Solid waste landfill closure and post-closure expenses estimated at $1,250,000. Post-employment benefit costs estimated at $3,275. Now therefore be it resolved that council hereby adopts the compliance report for expenses excluded from the 2023 budget as outlined above.
Treasury Department want to comment?
Yes, please. There has been a new regulation, accounting regulation that the government has brought over, and it is called PS 3280. It is a requirement on all municipalities to analyze all lands and buildings. If they have any kind of contamination, that will have to be quantified. Into a dollar amount, and then that will be part of the accounting. We will have to, that will become a future liability. Now the town has engaged an environmental consultant, pension, yeah. So they are now looking at 20. They're now looking at 23. They are now looking at 23 properties that we have, buildings that we have, to determine the kind of contamination, PCBs, and a lot of things. So we are yet to know how much we will have to write as a future liability. It could be 10,000, it could be 10 million. I don't know now. So we are waiting, probably by the end of first quarter, they will be able to complete the study and analysis. And at that point, we will let council know that the town will be, we will be carrying that liability on annual basis going into the future.
Okay, thank you for that. Any comments or questions from council before we vote? All in favor? Carries. We're gonna get a mover in a second that we adjourn. Councilor Bernier and Councilor Trumbull.
Moved by Councillor Bernier, seconded by Councillor Tremblay, that this meeting adjourns at 6:43 PM.
All in favor? Carried. Thank you very much.